Right behind me is my brother's gaming PC, and today it's getting a bit of an upgrade. That is because I have teamed up with Ebuyer to upgrade his GTX 1080 Ti, which is still a very legendary GPU, to this Sapphire Pulse RX 6700 XT, which is a GPU which you might have seen in one of my previous videos is a 1440p powerhouse. You can find out more about Ebuyer in the description below and at the end of the video. But back to my brother's gaming PC, and the GPU isn't the only upgrade he's getting today. That is because I've got this spare 1TB Sabre SSD lying around, so that would be very nice for his PC, as he's currently rocking a 500GB SSD and a hard drive, so yeah, no one wants to be rocking a hard drive in 2023. And I might also upgrade his peripherals as well, as they are looking a bit tired, so let's get on with this project. So then, this is his PC, and to be fair, it's not in the best of conditions. That is because it's just insanely dusty. Like, the front fans are looking absolutely, well, not great, let's be honest. But other than that though, it's just a bit of dust in the actual case, which isn't too bad. And I did a thermal test on the CPU last night, and the thermals are looking fine on the CPU, so we don't need new thermal paste on that. But I am thinking about taking out the hard drive cage and putting this 120mm on the front, and then putting a Be Quiet 120 there, and maybe a 140 at the top as well, just to help get the heat out a bit. So let's crack on with it. Just quickly, before I change any hardware, it's best to uninstall the drivers now while the 1080 Ti is still in the machine. So it's just a quick, not even a 5-minute job. If you're stuck with changing your graphics card, I did make a full-on video dedicated to that, which you can watch up there, which might be very helpful for you. Right, now it's time to see how bad the dust filter is on this thing. So, moment of truth. Oh, yeah, that's not looking nice, is it? Even the PSU one's pretty dusty as well. Now they're looking way better. And that is exactly why this PC needed a bit of a clean. Flipping the case around, and my brother said if he's getting a 1TB NVMe, he doesn't want the hard drive anymore, which is fair enough. It just sits there taking up space, and he wants the one RGB fan being put back into the front, because when the hard drive cage is this far forward, you can't get a extra 120mm fan right there. So he wants that taken out, and I could have another crack at the cable management, because yeah, this isn't the best job I've ever done, but in all fairness, cable management in the Corsair 220 TF, I believe this case is called, is not particularly easy. Unplugging these SATA data cables, as my brother doesn't need them anymore. There's one, and there's two. Over the years, I've developed a bit of a method to clean case fans like this, and that is just to use a brush like this. It works surprisingly well, actually. So if you go behind all the blades, especially for loose dust like this, it works very well. And you're getting most of the dust off in, like, not a lot of time at all. It's very effortless, to be honest. Moving on to the SSD placement now, and originally when I did this build, I put this, which is the boot drive, in the wrong slot. Well, kind of, it doesn't make too much of a difference, but what you want is you want it in the top slot. This is because it's directly connected to the CPU, and this increases sort of access times and stuff like that, and bandwidth, because it doesn't have to go through the chipset. So instead, I am going to put this one in the top, if I can get it in Come on, there we go. And now it's time for the second SSD, and I'm going to put that in this bottom slot as this will be used for games, so it doesn't really matter too much if it goes through the chipset, because that is not that much of a problem. So let's screw this one in. And there we go. So right, now it's time to put our graphics card in, and this is probably the easiest part of today's video because GPUs are one of the easiest things to put in. Literally, that's all you kind of got to do to put it in. Okay then, everything's now hooked up. Let's see if it actually gives out a post. So yeah, it powers on just fine. And there we go, we've got a display out, which is always a good sign with a gaming PC. And I'm also installing the latest version of the AMD Adrenalin drivers, so this PC is going to be gaming very well. And we can't forget to format the extra 1TB SSD. The only reason I'm formatting it is because it's got all the games from my test bench on it. So I'm going to give it a format, call it games, as that's what it's going to be storing. And there we go. All we need to do is a quick format, and there you go. That is an extra 1TB worth of NVMe storage for some games. And there we have it. Here is the final product, and I think this PC build turned out very well, despite changing literally 3 things, which is the GPU, this rear fan, and an extra NVMe SSD. And good news, the graphics drivers are installed successfully as AMD Radeon software is now installed, and the GPU is being recognised in Device Manager. I did make sure to double check, so this PC is ready to go and it's ready to game. So there we go then, that is the final product, and I'm actually really happy with how this PC turned out. Yes, the CPU, which is a Ryzen 5 1600X, is a bit, let's say, lackluster for a 6700 XT. It was a bit lackluster for the 1080 Ti, truth be known. However, it is built on the AM4 platform, which is an incredibly versatile platform, as you can upgrade to something like a Ryzen 5 5600, or maybe something like a 5700X and benefit from a massive gaming performance increase. Or maybe you might want to upgrade to something like the Ryzen 5 7600 if he wants to upgrade to AM5 at some point soon. But the upgrades aren't finished yet though, as I'm going to change out his mouse with this Cooler Master MM711. No one sent this out, I bought this quite a while ago for a video, so it's been sitting around doing nothing, so he may as well have that. And I might as well just give him this Corsair K70 OpEx, as I never really use it now. I'm using my Keychron K2, so I think this will match in quite well with the aesthetics of his build, as they are sort of greyy, sort of metally colour with a white accent, which is pretty fitting with the Corsair case it's got. So before I finish off this video, I want to say a massive thank you to Ebuyer for sending out the RX 6700 XT, which I've used in today's video. It's a very powerful GPU, especially for 1080p and 1440p, even though it might get bottlenecked a bit by that 1600X. However, from my testing, I've seen it's a very good GPU. So if you want to buy the 6700 XT, which was used in today's video, or any other tech product, make sure you check out Ebuyer. They will be linked in the description below. They sell a variety of PC gaming hardware ranging from GPUs, motherboards, CPUs, you name it, Ebuyer's probably got it. So make sure you check them out in the description below. Right then, I'm going to put all these PC gaming goodies back into my brother's PC setup. If you want to see the final outcome, make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, because it will definitely be on there. And hopefully my brother should be having a great gaming experience. Now he has a bit more GPU horsepower to play his games. So if you enjoyed this one, there are 2 other PC gaming videos right up here, which might be right up your alley. And if you got this far into the video, I would like to say thank you for sticking around this long. It does really help out, and maybe if you like the video, consider leaving the video a like. With that being said, I'll catch you in the next one, and have a good day.